Major Slack Videos.
Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Videos. Here first off, for titillating tactical Elden Ring gameplay. We're coming into the finish line here. We only got 3 more boss fights to go to beat the game. That would be Sir Gideon Ofnir, Hoarah Loux, and the Radagon / Elden Beast boss fight. That's it. That's it, and we're done. No Millennia run this time. Sorry. This is Gamer Slack down there in the trenches behind the gun, and MC Dub Slack here in the rear with the microphone, on the microphone rather. And we're just getting ready for the Gideon boss fight. Basically, I'm going to ambush him with the Blasphemous Blade. And I'm setting myself up for some holy damage protection and some magic protection. And that's it. And then when you go in, there's this he cuts into this long monologue. And I'm just going to ambush him in the middle of that. Go for it with the Blasphemous Blade. Call up the Mimic Tear, and that'll be it. Just go hard at him with that. Now, after that, I'm going to be preparing for the Hoarah Loux boss fight, and I want to do kind of a channel update, if you will, because a lot of people have been asking about Baldur's Gate 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. So I want to address that. But for now, let's go do the Gideon boss fight. So I'm in armor that I can fast roll in. And I just want to adjust my flasks. Since we're calling them the Mimic Tier, I want to go heavy on the HP. Although not 9 and 5, I think maybe 8 and 6 would be good. And spend my money upgrading faith. One thing I forgot to do completely is to use the Flask of Wondrous Physic. I would recommend the Opaline Hard Tier and the Bubble Tier. I would go for protection. Okay, so here we are at Leyndell, the Ashen Capital, and we just have to head up the stairs and into, I believe it's the same chamber that we first fought, what's that guy's name? I forget the name of the boss, when we first came to the Royal Capital. Godfrey? Is that his name? Yeah, we were here before. And now Sir Gideon is in here. Okay, so I'm just going to take some extra sauce. Like I said, I forgot to use the Flask of Wondrous Physic. You should do it. So I would use that first. And even take Gold Pickle Foul Foot too, because this fight is not going to last longer than 3 minutes, no way. And Flame Grant Me Strength, Golden Vow. Walk up. You won't be able to target him, so just kind of free aim at him and blast him with Blasphemous Blade. And then immediately call up your Mimic Tier. Recharge FP. Or HP rather. Actually, I blasted him again. Now we can lock on and just go hard at him and let the Mimic Tier take the lead. Hard at him with the Blasphemous Blade. Keep blasting him with those Taker's Flames. Keep that shield up. And that's it. That's it.
Become a lord. Not even you. A man cannot kill a god.
Apparently you can. The Scepter of the All-Knowing. I want to take a look at that later on. that's it. So we earned a big chunk of change on that. That's going into Faith as well. But I also want to upgrade the Fingerprint Stone Shield. Okay, so basically now I want to get up to the entranceway to the Hora Lu boss fight, which is going to be absolutely hellacious. But I got a strategy worked out for that too. And then afterwards I'm going to upgrade the Fingerprint Stone Shield to plus 25. And then do some rune farming so I can spend all my money before taking on the Hora Lu boss fight. So that's what Gamerslack is going to do now. And he's going to do that while I talk about a few things. First of all, Baldur's Gate 3. A walkthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 is out of the question. I'm sorry. It's just not a good fit for this channel. For a number of reasons. It's turn-based combat. It's not walkthrough friendly. There's a ton of cutscenes, a ton of dialogue, and what combat there is turn-based. And I've already discovered with Divinity Original Sin 2 that turn-based combat is a poor fit for my audience. I mean, the whole walkthrough is gonna proceed at a snail's pace with all the dialogue and the cutscenes, and then we finally get to combat. There's just gonna have to be like so much of my own commentary to describe any strategies involved with the turn-based combat that it's just going to slow the walkthrough down to a crawl. And I've been through this before with Divinity Original Sin 2, and I don't want to do it again. That's number one. Number two, I have never ever played Dungeons and Dragons, and
Why is the round table burned
from reading the Wikipedia
in ruins?
entry on Dungeons and Dragons, I know why. It's just not my type of game. So I'm really have, you know, this whole dice mechanic in Baldur's Gate 3. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. And I have no experience with Dungeons and Dragons, so it's not really for me. It's not my type of game, and it's a poor fit for this channel. So sorry, no Baldur's Gate 3 walkthrough. A lot of people have been asking about that. And I know what I like, so don't bother saying, well, Slack, I think you should reconsider that. No, I know what I like. It's not for me, and it's a poor fit for this channel. That's number one. Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of people have been asking about this since they came out. They upgraded it, quote unquote. You know, the main, like a huge patch which made it better, like the 2.0 patch, and they came out with the DLC. I have some interest in this, but there is no general consensus on whether it's fixed or not. I have been following every single patch that came out for Cyberpunk 2077. I've read all the patch notes, and they did not once address all the broken perks. Not once. One time they said they what was the wording they used? They did a perk overhaul. Okay, but they didn't say that they actually fixed all the broken perks. So for me to do a walkthrough of Cyberpunk, like to do a renewed or brand new walkthrough of Cyberpunk, I would have to actually play the game and evaluate it to see if it's good enough to play. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, I have played it, it's good enough, it's fine. No, that's not good enough for me. I have to personally play it, and I personally have to evaluate. I just can't take, you know, the testimony of complete strangers. You know, I'm already doing that. I'm already reading online. You know, some people are saying it's fine, it's great. Other people are saying it's still a broken mess. I'm under the impression that it's still a buggy mess, but I have to evaluate it to see if that's true or not. From what I've seen, they still haven't fixed any of the broken perks. There was like about 24 broken perks last I checked, and none of those were addressed in any of the patches they came out with. So I don't know. That would take, I figure, about a month of my time to evaluate Cyberpunk 2077 to see if it was worthy of a walkthrough. And that leads me to another thing with Major Slack videos. I like, you know, just kind of going over the past year, especially the past 4 months. In my humble opinion, in my professional opinion, the biggest problem with Major Slack videos is downtime. There's just too much downtime on this channel, and that's a result of I'm just too busy. And I have like Major Slack Attack is my main channel. That's the channel that gets all the love, you know. That's where I'm currently doing a Starfield walkthrough, and that was my Skyrim channel at one time. That channel gets all the love, and this channel gets all my leftover time, basically. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. And it has suffered a lot of downtime, especially over the past 4 months. I had to take a week or two off to upgrade my computer in order to run Starfield. Then I had to take another week or two off to deal with my my wisdom tooth extraction. I had no idea how much that was going to impact my health and how I would not be able to talk and hence not be able to produce videos while I was recovering from that. And then I had to take a week off for Christmas. So in the past 4 months, this, like, whenever I have to take time off, this is the channel that takes the hit. Usually. I mean, sometimes you know, Major Slack Attack, I take time off there, but, you know, that's, like I said, that's my main priority is Major Slack Attack. And whenever I run short of video production time, this channel takes the hit, as you all know. This channel takes the hit. There's been so much downtime here. So I want to address that in 2024. That is my main goal this year, is to reduce the amount of downtime on this channel. So taking time off to evaluate Cyberpunk 2077 is out of the question. I'd have to do that once I've established a rhythm with this channel again with regards to video production. And I have been working on, in the background, another Elden Ring run, basically an updated Prisoner run, which is kind of a conglomeration of my hybrid build, my pure mage build, and the ultimate power start build. And this run, which I've been working on my PS4, is what I'm really interested in. I'm still very interested in bringing Elden Ring to the average gamer, because I think that's the biggest problem with Elden Ring, is that a lot of gamers just find it too difficult. And I'm still very interested in that agenda, is bringing Elden Ring to the average gamer. And this run that I'm working on, which will not be just a build, it'll be like a complete run through the game. This is what I really want to do. It's kind of like an updated Prisoner run, because my other Prisoner walkthrough relied on something that was patched out, and that was the infinite range rock sling. That's where if you use the staff in your left hand and you cast rock sling, as long as you could lock onto a target, you had infinite range with 2 of the rocks of your rock sling. That was patched out. That was patched out, like, you know, they took them about a year to patch that out. So unfortunately, I relied on that heavily in my Prisoner run. So my Prisoner run is actually quite broken. A lot of people said they followed my Prisoner run, they could still go through use a lot of the strategies, but I know where I used that a lot. So I like to redo the Prisoner run, and instead of doing a completionist run where I'm doing like everything, I like to go in the opposite direction and actually make Elden Ring as short as possible. Not a speed run, but shrink it down as much as possible, trim all the fat, and make it more accessible to the average gamer. So now this run I'm working on, like my Prisoner run that I'm working on now, I managed to get to the front door of the Leyndell, the Royal Capital, in 6 hours. 6 hours flat. And this is not like, you don't have to be like a speed run genius to pull this off. We got all the strategies worked out beautifully. It's basically a point and click run. It's like everything's worked out beautifully so that anybody could follow it. So this is what I want to do while waiting for a new game that I want to take on in the middle of March. A brand new game. Something I've been waiting for a while. So I don't want to take on a project that's going to last like 6 months or a year. You know, I want to do something more manageable, something that will last a couple of months. And this is perfect, what I had planned. Okay, so that is the future of Major Slack videos. Reduce downtime. Take on a short project that I'm familiar with that will serve what I just talked about, reduce downtime, and wait for this new game to come out in the middle of March, which I'm really anticipating. And I've been looking forward to it for a while now. What game? I'm not going to say. I'm just going to say that it's a brand new game. And I hope that it, you know, turns out good. So that is the future of Major Slack videos. There's something else I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, this run here. I've been working on this for like a year. I've been doing like this, like, I started this a year ago. But don't forget, some people are saying, you know, oh, you've been doing this for a year, but don't forget, I did 6 builds, 6 Elden Ring builds while I was doing this walkthrough. Okay, so, yeah, it's not just like I've been doing this for a whole year. I did, you know, this plus 6 builds. And this run right now is at 86 hours. Okay, 86 hours. And the average run through Elden Ring is 100 hours. And 86 hours, that's with live running commentary. So live running commentary always adds about 50% running time. So really, this run you're watching, I completed it in 57 hours, which is well below the average running time of Elden Ring. So some of you think it took me a long time to do this. No, it's just that there was a lot of downtime, and I did 6 builds on top of this, and you know, having to do this to live running commentary just necessarily adds to the running time of the walkthrough. Okay, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, yeah, a lot to say there. I actually got a lot more, but I ran out of gameplay here, so I'm gonna have to sign off. Thanks a lot for watching. Only 2 more boss fights to go in this run, and then I'm gonna take on my new abbreviated prisoner run. Prisoner slash make it easy for the average gamer slash short run. And then I'm going to hopefully take on a brand new game around the middle of March. Right? So thanks a lot for watching, and if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, see you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.